Hey guys, I'd like to thank you all for commenting and voting on my last update video. Although most people wanted to see the double ninja star next, which I now have a tutorial for that you could find by clicking on this link up here, a lot of people really wanted to see the origami beating heart. So because I love all of my subscribers, I'm going to show you how to make this today so you can get it out in time for Valentine's Day. You should also check out the Origami Rose Chocolate Box tutorial by my friend May, which uses the origami roses from my tutorial. Either that or you could try the Origami Valentine's Day tree. This probably won't score you any points though. The beating heart is really cool and it actually beats when you press on this little tab on the back here. I think that red or pink paper looks the nicest, but any color should work. Also, the paper does get a little bit thick towards the end, so if you do have origami paper, you can give that a try also. Once you have the paper, you're ready to begin. The first thing we need to do is to make the printer paper into a square. So you could take the upper right corner here and you're going to fold it across to the left side so that the top edge is aligned with the left side edge, just like that. Make a crease along the outside and you'll see that I basically creased it along this edge here. So crease it along that edge, run your fingernail against it a few times, and then you could just rip it along that crease. Now you have a piece of square paper and it has a diagonal fold going this way. So now that we've creased it this way, you're going to take the upper left corner and fold it across to the bottom right corner of the paper. Line up all of the edges neatly, and then you can make a crease along the outside of the paper here. So now if you open up the paper, you'll see you have an X in it. Now what you want to do is to take the top edge of the paper and fold it across to the bottom edge. Once again, line up the edges neatly and then make a crease along the top edge of the paper. Then you can open up the paper once again. Now you'll see we have a horizontal line. So we're going to take the left edge and fold it across to the right edge. Again, if you want to turn your paper like this, then you could take the top edge and fold it across to the bottom. Line up the edges neatly and once again make a crease. So if you open up the paper, you'll see you have an X and you also have a cross in the paper. Once again, fold on the horizontal line here, and we're going to take these corners and we're going to fold them down to this bottom point here on the paper. So you just want to take the whole piece of paper here, fold it down like this, and make a crease on the outside. Do the same for the left side. Take this corner and fold it down to the bottom here. And it should be along this crease here. So just fold it down, just like that. Now we're going to take the model and we're going to flip it over just like this. And you'll see in the middle of the paper here, we have a vertical line or crease that divides the triangle in half. We're going to take both of these outside edges of the triangle and fold them directly onto that midline, just like that. But you don't want to fold these back flaps in half. So what you're going to do is line up this outside edge with the middle and let that flap pop out from the back. So once you've done that, take the edge, fold it in, and let that flap pop out. Then you could line up this edge with the middle, and then you could push down all the way right here. Now you don't want to crease it very hard because it will leave a line on the front of the heart. So just push down on it, and then what you could do is lift up this flap, and then you can crease it more directly on that edge there. So it should look something like this. Do the same with the left side. Take the outside edge, fold it onto the midline, and let that flap pop out from the back. Line up this outside edge with the middle, and then you could push down here very gently. Then you could lift up this flap and crease on this edge here. So now you should have something that looks like this. Now we could flip over the model again, and you'll see we have this pocket here on the back. What we're going to do is we're going to take these edges here on the bottom now, and we're going to fold them directly onto the midline. So you want to take this corner and fold it inwards until this bottom edge is lined up directly with the middle of the paper like that. Fold it in, and once it's lined up in the middle, make a crease on the outside, just like that. Do the same with the left side, so just line up this edge with the middle. So you should have something that looks like this. This next step of making the origami beading heart is probably the trickiest one, but I'm going to go through it slowly and in a lot of detail to make it easier to understand. If you've made the crane or the gift box, you'll see this is very similar to the petal fold. There's a few different ways we could do it a little bit easier. First, I'd like you to draw a line from this corner of this diamond to the opposite corner, just as I've drawn there. Also, you want to make these edges here a little bit sharper, so just take your fingernail and run it against those creases here to make them very sharp. Now you can unfold these two edges from the center. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up this pocket here, and you want to push on this line all the way across. So it should kind of crease on that line there. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your finger and you're going to push this edge of the paper all the way up here, just like this. And you'll see when we do that, these edges here will start to go inwards towards the middle. So you want to make sure it's creasing on that line that you drew. Push all the way up, and you'll see these edges will start to go inwards. Then what you could do is you can fold them along that same crease that I just had you make sharp. So just walk your finger all the way up like this until this edge of the paper is directly in the middle. And then crease it along this edge here. Do the same with the left side, so just fold this inwards. Might need to just pop it out like that. And make sure this edge is folding directly in the middle of the paper, like that. Then you should have this little point sticking up in the middle of the diamond. Now what you could do is you could take this point and fold it towards you, and then make a nice crease in the middle of the model. Now you could lift it up, and we're going to take these two corners here. As you'll see, they should be separate. And we're going to take the point and fold it directly into the middle here. So I want to take the point and lift it up and fold it up so that this edge folds on top of itself like that. And it should be right in the middle of that point on the bottom. Fold it like that, and then make a crease along the bottom of the paper here. Do the same with the left side. Fold it up, make the point go in the middle, and then make a crease on the bottom. So it should look something like this. Now here's where the paper gets a little bit thick, but what you're going to do is you're going to take the corner here that we now have, and you're going to fold it right at this point here where it meets this edge. So you want to just fold it right in the middle of this line. Take it, fold it, just like that, and then make a crease. Paper gets a little bit thick, but it's not going to make a big difference in the end. Do the same with the other side. Take it and just fold it like that. So you should have something that looks just like this. Now you could just kind of flip the model over like this. And what we're going to do is we're just going to unfold this a little bit. And you'll see that we have this corner of the paper that we folded down. And what we're going to do is you'll see we made this little groove here. we're going to take this corner and we're going to tuck it underneath this little edge here. So you want to take the corner and you're going to take the whole edge here and tuck it underneath that edge of the paper there, so that this edge that's sticking out, this little mountain area, is wrapped around that edge. So just lift it up and just tuck it underneath so it looks something like that. Then you could just make a crease along the top there. Do the same with the left side. Take the corner and you're going to tuck it underneath here. Then all you need to do is to crease along the top. So you're pretty much almost done with the heart. All we need to do is to fold these corners of the paper inwards. So just take the corner and fold it in. You want to fold it about halfway point between this corner here and the outside of the paper. So fold it up to right about there. It doesn't have to be exact. It's really up to you. Just like that, and do the same with the left side. And there you go. You have your origami beating heart. To make your heart beat, you're going to take your pointer and middle finger and put it on top of this tab here, all the way up against the back of the rose, just like that. And you're going to take your thumb and put it on the bottom of the tab there. And then you're going to squeeze, sort of like that. So as you'll see, my heart is not beating properly, and that's fine. It happens occasionally, and you want to take your finger and just lift up here and round off this edge. Do the same with the left side. So just squeeze it together and round off this edge. And then what you want to do is to just take both halves of the heart and fold them upwards and press in here. And there you go. It should beat now. I hope that you found the tutorial for the beating heart helpful and that you were able to make it. Leave me a comment in the comments section below and let me know what you thought, and I might feature it in my next video. Also, if you did like the video, just be sure to click the thumbs up or the like button down below, and subscribe by clicking the silver button above if you're not already. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great Valentine's Day.